Yeah, just be ready, be on it.
And as the teams line up in their formations, we're about to get ready on the start here. Let's quickly discuss the woman in net for FC London, the one who's only sacrificed 14 goals for the games she's played in this winning streak, in this undefeated streak, Emily Gillett.
Experience. That would be my one word to describe Emily Gillett. Experience, right? She is just a veteran keeper. She is so calm on the ball when she gets it back at her net, when she commands her box, and she is a great presence for the defenders to have back there, because they know, oh man, we get a shot, we are late in pressing, and they get a shot off. They believe in Gillett, right? And as they should. 14 goals in this streak. So yeah.
Let's see what they scored on tonight. So far, they haven't been scored on so much this season, and they're hoping to keep that tally nice and low at 14 if possible, with another clean sheet tonight, as London is trying to build from the back right now.
That's London style. That's our style, right? We're gonna switch the play. We're going to, come one side. If we can't go up that side, we're gonna come back. We're gonna switch it again.
And the West on the ball, trying to play it over. And the Azzurri keeper, Taylor Grant. And now Azzurri SC is now going to try to build from the back. Here comes Vaughan.
You're going to watch Vaughan too, and they're going to be very skillful on the ball, and they're also going to want to play the passing game. They're not going to kick and chase very much. They're going to keep the ball. They have lots of skillful players.
Similar play styles in a way, you could say, with these two teams.
Oh, definitely. It's going to be a great matchup all over the pitch.
And as we look at that, we're hoping for a high-scoring game as spectators, but we can expect a very safe defense.
Oh, definitely, out of both sides. So it's a chess match. There's gonna be a lot to break one team down on both angles. Don't be surprised if it's some brilliance from someone outside the box who just lets one go and gets a rocket off and beats the keeper with something special.
And with the game now underway, we have London with a throw in their own end. It's been a slower start than what we saw with the men's game. In the first 10 minutes, we had a goal, and so far nothing yet. And here comes Vaughan. Vaughan breaking through. And that's Beasley on the ball, being pressured by three different London players, and has played it in the middle. And has an open shot, and it's just over the net. That was number 9, Johnson. Johnson playing it over the net, and it's going to be easy for Emily Gillett just to take it from a goal kick now. And again, probably similar strategies to the men's game. You're going to see London trying to start from the back and play it through the defenders instead of the long balls up the field from goal kicks.
That's what we want. That's what the gaffer wants. He wants us to build up the game. He doesn't want the long ball. He wants you to find solutions on the ground, outplay the opponents. And as a player, it's fun to do, right? Figuring out those solutions. You don't want to kick along. You want to be able to, show your skill, show that you got vision, so that you can make passes.
Tate around the back right now is London, still holding possession with the back. He's trying to through, and he's just isn't able to go anywhere from that.
You're gonna see a lot of London. We're gonna play the ball down one side, and then we're gonna shift out the other way to shift the opponents across. As we do that, we open up spaces in the midfield to try and get Julia Benatti on the ball, to try and get Strano on the ball, to try and get Melissa Oliveira on the ball, who are our playmakers.
They still haven't had a touch on the ball.
Jay showing her flexibility there, getting a good touch on the ball high up, right?
Strano playing it over the top to Jade Kovacic, and she's just going to be called offside. Goal kick now for Vaughan.
Yeah, they did have a change.
And unlike London, it's going to be a longer ball. It's going to be challenged in the middle and won by Benatti. Fortunately, it just goes out of bounds. It's going to be a Vaughan throw. A very slow start. Very slow start right now. Both teams just trying to feel each other out, figure each other's game style out so far at the starting couple minutes in this game. Only 3 minutes in right now. And there's more challenge in the middle, and London comes out with again, restarting with the back. Switching the play once again. London trying to break through the middle. And that is Benatti on the ball, finding. Strano. Benatti.
Benatti's so good at creating her own space. You know, she gets on the ball and then
A
she's
beautiful
so
touch forward
skillful.
there.
Oh, hey!
And a heavy challenge that the fans here are not big fans of. Didn't seem to get much of the ball, but there's no call. That was LaRose going down on that tackle.
We'll say that's a questionable call there. That's questionable. That's
A few questionable calls first game, a different set of referees now, but another questionable call off the start of this one. And Benatti's on the ball with some space. That's where she's most dangerous. Right in the middle of the field with some space, creating, like you said, for herself. Thomas playing it forward to LaRose. LaRose trying to find something, and she
Takes
creates
a
space.
great
She beats
touch.
one, and she just loses it in the middle. Too many numbers cutting her off.
oh, well done, Strano. Way to get up there.
A nice one header, and now London's trying to play back from the defensive line. And I believe that was a handball called right there. It's going to be the first free kick in London's own end. That is
They're going to play it long.
L1OW on the ball, looking to send it into the box. You can look for it about the penalty spot. And she sends it further to the top of the box, and it's just going to be headed out for an easy goal kick for Emily Benatti. Emily Gillett. And once again, short pass right to Thomas. And Thomas is going to look up and look for options, multiple options. Picks Benatti in the middle, and Benatti's pressured. Plays it back to Thomas. Thomas now being pressured. Multiple Vaughan players forward, and there's going to be a turnover, and Vaughan's on it. Cross coming in, and no one's on the end of that, unfortunately, from L1OW's cross. But
So-
Vaughan's still pressing, and they're in London's box, but it's cleared out beautifully, but not all the way. And Vaughan, once again, on the left side, crossing it in. Going
Well
for the
done.
challenge there is number 10, Going, and not able to get much on the end of that, and Gillett's going to pick up the ball safely.
As much as we want to play out the back and make solutions, sometimes when you get pressured and you get, three players, three opponents around you, you just gotta go long sometimes. It's not the ideal option, but sometimes just to really pressure, you have to go.
And once again, the pressure is coming from Vaughan, like you were just talking about.
But see, now we got space. Now's the time to play it out, right? Open yourself up, but a bad touch in the midfield.
And there's a shot, and easy pickings for Gillett. Once again, Vaughan's pressure right now is countering the patient play by London. London just not fully ready for that again. Once again, they're going to start from the back. They're not going to change up their game plan and
No.
try to go far. They're going to stay with what they know. And here's Benatti on the ball, the always clever.
You make mistakes, right? You make mistakes coming on the back. That does not mean that you change up your game plan. You just stick to it, right? You make one bad pass, you forget about it, right? Like as a soccer player, you have to have short memory. You have very short memory. You mess up, whatever, you just get on, you keep playing, and you just make the next pass.
And Benatti with a beautiful long ball
What a ball.
to the right wing.
Good touch by Jenna Hong.
And here's Hong. Great touch forward. Great
Nice try.
defending there, though, also by Van Bakel. London throw now deep in Vaughan's end. Commanding from the back, as always, is Gillett. And Jay's
Touching
on
the
that ball on
finish,
top of
touching
the
the
box.
finish.
Takes a shot with her left foot and just off balance, rolls simply to the goalkeeper.
The ball was behind her. She was trying to hook it back around. That's a hard shot to come off. If you
Good
make connection,
opportunity.
that's great, right? Surprise the keeper, but that's a hard shot.
Great opportunity there for London. First full attempt of this game so far.
That's too easy.
And a ball forward through the middle, and it's going to find her man, her pass, and that is Faber. She plays it out wide to Van Bakel. And now she turns back to create more space and restart from the back.
You're going to hear Gillett screaming up, right? London needs to get pressure on the ball. Whoever's closest, you got to put pressure on the ball. Don't allow those long balls to come into the box.
Here is Benatti. Benatti trying to find a pass forward and just too heavy for Oliveira. LaRose pressuring, and it's all the way back to the goalkeeper, Grant. Grant resetting and switching it to the left side of the field for her. And moving patiently forward is now Vaughan. It's very similar style to London, like we pointed out earlier. And once again, switching the field over, trying to find their space. That's Douglas on the ball, and she tries playing it over the top. And that's one by Scott.
You're going to notice as a defender or midfielder goes to put their head down, London's instructed to just drop, right? They got to drop and win the headers. They got to compress, make sure that they win either the first ball or the second ball in the knockdowns.
And Bonatti's individual skill there wins her a free kick about halfway between the halfway line and the Vaughan goal. And it's going to be Strano on the ball. Look for a ball over the top here. Bonatti's also short. You can also see a short pass to Bonatti. And it's played over the top right into the penalty spot.
Oh,
what is from behind, and she is down. A heavy hit from behind there on Jade Kovacic.
Again, I don't understand that. You know, the crowd doesn't like that. Everyone can see it. That's not defending, right? You know, Kovacic has position on the ball. She wins it down. She takes it down on her chest, and someone's gonna, you know, coming through the back and try and, you know, push off the ball. That's a clear foul. Whether it's in the box or not, that's a foul.
Another questionable call there. Another questionable missed call, I should say. And here comes Vaughan from their own end. And nice one-touch pass by Vaughan. And great defending by Scott to win it back. Scott on the ball now. All the way up to Strano. Strano back to Scott. Scott looking to switch up the play. Gives it to Bonatti. Bonatti looking up, always clever. Here she goes. Out wide to Thomas. Thomas has space down the wing, and she looks to play it over the top. And it's just going to be cut off. But Oliviera picks it up. And she looked to hit it and just didn't go through with it, it seems like, or fanned on it. Wasn't able to see.
No, I think she was trying to do, you know, the fake shot, take a touch around her, but you know, she has great technique, and I can see her hitting those. As a fan, I wanted her to hit that.
So unfortunately, no long shot there from Oliviera. And here comes Vaughan once again from a long drop kick from the Vaughan
That's good
goalkeeper.
defending right there by Robin Scott. That's good defending.
Once again, Vaughan trying to play it through the middle, play it through the back. That's Faber on the ball. Faber with a 1-2, gets it back, but loses it to Scott. And Scott to Oliviera.
Oh, there's it is.
LaRose on the ball now, finding space. Plays it through to Hong. And she's just not able to get down the end of that. And she still has the ball, though. Trying to beat her defender. And it's cleared out.
You gotta step
To
up in
Van
those
Bakel.
situations. You gotta put people on under pressure.
There's an interception there by Scott, trying to win it back. And Kovacic comes all the way back to win that ball. And plays it outside the Thomas. Thomas now looking up in the middle to Bonatti. Bonatti switches it to Strano, and Strano just fans on it, and here comes Vaughan on the counter.
Kovacic wants to get on the ball a little bit more. You can see her dropping a little bit more, trying to get the ball off the midfielders. She wants to get it. She wants to turn. She wants to run at people.
And here's Van Bakel trying to play it through, and it's cut off again beautifully by Scott. Scott's been doing great defending so far early in this game.
Fantastic. She's a smart player. She knows the positioning. She knows where to be, and that's what you want from your defenders.
And great one-touch passing there to find Bonatti from Kovacic. Kovacic showing in the middle, and Bonatti just a missed pass. And Kovacic tracking back, trying to win that ball. And Scott now jockeying. And that's Goem playing it back to her defense. Switched over to the left side of the field. Beautifully won there in the air.
Good anticipation.
And now once again, the slow build up from the back for Vaughan. Vaughan holding most of the possession right now. Started with London, now it's switched sides.
Good tackle.
And there's Hong. Now she's going to reset it. Strano playing it all the way back to her back line. And here's Bonatti. Bonatti has a little bit of space in the middle, and she's going to try to create more. And there she goes.
There it is.
Beating one.
That's
Tries to send it
classic.
through.
It's classic Bonatti. She's just creating her space. A little move.
Strano on it now. Looks to play all the way wide to Thomas. And a beautiful touch, positive touch, and now she beats one. She looks to send it through the middle. And it's come all the way back out to Strano. Strano, Scott. Patience on both ends of the field right now. And Scott plays it down the line to Kovacic, and Kovacic is on that. And she looks to beat one. Plays a cross in. It's a nice challenge cross, but it's cleared out easily by Vaughan. And here comes Vaughan. But Thomas makes a great track back to win that back, and Strano's on the ball, back outside to Thomas. And Thomas has so much space to take forward. And here she goes. She plays it down the line.
Off.
To LaRose, and unfortunately LaRose is just offside. Thomas had so much space there.
You know, I would rather her just keep going until she draws the defender into her, and then you want her to, like, you know, make a good pass and continue her run after the pass, because no one's going to track her, right?
Unfortunate offside there for London, but here comes Vaughan once again. Back and forth game, something we're not used to with FC London because how dominant they've been for so long.
Vaughan's going to be a great test for them. Vaughan plays a similar style as we were talking about, and you know, that's, as a player, you want to play these teams. You want to play these games because, you know, they challenge you.
And there's a beautiful ball in that's going to be collected by Gillett. Gillett quick off her line to not let anything come from that. And trying to distribute it quickly, it's cut off, but Hong ends up picking it up and tries to play it forward to Kovacic, but it's cut off by the Vaughan defense. And Kovacic pressing, and she wins that.
Go ahead,
Here
go
comes
1v1.
London. There's Kovacic. Captain Kovacic going one-on-one, looking to beat her defender, and takes a left foot shot that's just a little off balance, ball bouncing a little bit, and it's going to go over the net. Great pressure there by Kovacic, showing that she wants to be on the ball.
Yeah, and I'm fine with her taking that shot. You know, you want your strikers to be selfish. They got to be selfish, right? That's how they get the goal scoring records, and that's how she's got her record, right?
Continue to see play like that from Kovacic. She's a very aggressive forward. She always wants to be on the ball, always wants to get that ball in the back of the net like any number 9 should.
Yeah.
Another call there that Emily Gillett is not happy about.
No.
Throw-in not going London's way.
Even though it's a throw-in, you still want the ref to be consistent.
These missed calls early in the game are going to go on, and it's going to frustrate London. There's a cross in by Van Bakel, but nothing comes of it, and here comes Benatti. Now Jade comes back to try to win it back. Kovacic pressing, and it's going to be switched and easily won and cleared by Hong. Hong slips but still hangs onto the ball. And it's played back to her. Hong inside to Strano. Back to Hong. Strano, Benatti.
Way to play into the half space. That's just good patience and good vision right there.
Root
Look at this
Vieira.
build-up. Oh,
Just
but the
not
build-up
able
there
to
was
get on
beautiful.
that. But chasing the ball is Robin Scott. It's going to be played down the line, and it's going to be a goal kick. Good play there, getting out of their own end. They seem to be getting pressed very high, and they're able to get out of it using Strano and Benatti very well.
Oh, they're breaking pressure very well. And that comes from the defenders who are very calm on the ball. They can pick up, they can play a pass. And, yeah, that's what you want out of your defenders.
And that's Goem on the ball. Tries to find a pass, and it's just misplayed, and it's out of bounds for a London throw. Benatti receives the ball in the middle, and she's looking now forward. And great tackle from behind, but Benatti's still able to come out with that. Outside to Thomas. Now Thomas has a little bit of space to move forward, and she tries playing a over-the-top ball to Robin Scott, and she's able to get on the end of that, plays it in the middle, and just missed the pass to Jay Kovacic.
You can hear Gillett just shoot the ball. And that's what you got to do sometimes. Shoot it.
Yeah, having no control up top, Gillett just wants her team to shoot the ball more often, not trying to keep finding those little passes
Yeah.
to continue to move forward and forward. When you have that space, you got to take it.
Yeah, Robin probably doesn't find herself in that position very often, so I can see why she would pass. But, you know, if you're not even in that position, take your opportunity. Let one rip.
And here comes Vaughan on the ball now through the middle, and they're going to play back through their back line. Out wide to their wing back closest to us. And Benatti challenging in the middle heavily. And great job there by Favor to play it out. A slow start to this game as Vaughan now has time to get out from their own end and build patiently. Looks for the long ball forward and finds a pass. And a great touch there to beat Strano. That's Beasley on the ball. Sends it, switches the field, and it's cut off by Robin Scott. And the shot on net, that's just going to go over the net. Gillett running into the post, just making sure that ball is not going into her net.
I think for a second she just lost her location of where she was in the net. That doesn't that's a very rare thing to see with Gillett. She usually has, you know, great goal presence and knows where she always is.
And another missed pass in the middle sends Vaughan on a counter, and here they are, shot on net, and there's the opening goal of the game. There's Vaughan in the 19th minute, scoring early. Add that total of 14 goals against the 15 now. Vaughan has an answer for this incredible London defense. It started with a giveaway in the London end, and there she is, number 10, Noor Goem. You've heard a few times in the first half, finishes it cleanly into the bottom right corner, and it's 1-0 to Vaughan.
That's a risk you take when you try to, you know, play out the back and you try and play like that, and it's not gonna still. It's not gonna, you know, make the team defer from their game plan. It happens, mistakes happen, and you just continue to play.
And here's Strano on the ball with some space. Tries to play a ball through the middle, and it's cut off. Now Strano's pressured by 2, and she's still able to come away with it. And London's on the ball now, and it's gonna be called back for a foul. Look on your face, I can see you probably thought that should have been another missed call right there.
That's a 50, I don't know, you know, that's a 50-50 challenge for me. They're both going at it.
Those are always hard to call either way for any referee. Sometimes I would prefer it to be left.
Sometimes it is left, right? It really depends on your ref. As you know, it's...
Gillett now with a long ball instead of building from the back, something we haven't seen yet this game. It's going to be won back by Vaughan. Vaughan doing a great job winning these balls in the middle right now. And they're just going to look to switch the play up, but London's pressuring.
London's they gotta, you know, just get the high pressure a little bit more. You know, when Vaughan comes into their half, even though, you know, they're gonna stay in their positions and everything, whoever's close to the ball, you gotta press it. You have to pressure the ball. You have to force the girl into a mistake. We don't allow free passes in our own end. We're gonna make you make either a great play, or we're gonna force you into a mistake or play backwards.
And here's Benatti trying to make some space through the middle and sends a beautiful over-the-top pass to Robin Scott. And here's Scott on the ball. It seems like Hung and Scott have switched positions. Hung now playing more of a wing-back position, Scott moving forward.
Yeah, Jenna Hong, she usually plays in the back. And, you know, Robin Scott, she's a defender as well, but she's versatile. She can go up, she can play in the wing-back position. She can, she's pretty quick. She can put the girls under pressure. So
something to watch out for there, I guess, for the rest of the game is Hong and Scott switching back and forth possibly.
Yeah, they might be switching back and forth, or they might be something permanent, right? Maybe, you know, obviously the coach has seen something, so he knows his team better than anyone, and he'll make the adjustments as the game goes on.
Hummus sends a pass through the middle to Kovacic. And Kovacic is caught offside.
She comes back from an offside position. She went to make a run in behind, and then she knew that she was going to get the ball, so then she steps in front.
It's played back to Grant to restart from the back with the keeper. And once again, Vaughan with that patient play that can become frustrating facing for any team defending.
Hey, well, now London kind of knows what it's like to play against themselves, because they do this to teams all the time.
Exactly. And it's something London's going to have to adjust to, that they cannot be the team right now that are holding possession. They can get it back, but right now they are the team behind. They have to press more and counter harder.
Yeah, and they got to counter press a little bit faster when they lose the ball. Right when they lose the ball on their own end, they have to counter press and get 2, 3 girls around the ball to win it back quickly.
Here's LaRose to Benatti. Benatti finds Oliviera in the middle. And there's an over-the-top ball for Robin Scott, but it's going to be a little too far. And facing his hands.
Yeah. That's a little out of character for London.
His coach, Marcosia.
Pardon?
London's coach hands and is facing his hands without a frustration of the start so far.
It is, because he wants, his team's doing a great job of building up and getting into the final third, or getting into the kind of that attacking third. And then, we're trying to play balls over the top that it's really hard for someone to run onto, because there's not much spacing behind there. You don't need balls over top, you need balls on the ground to be played there.
And here comes Vaughan again with quick passes between each other. And they're in London's end looking for a cross in the middle, and there it is. And it's one in the air by Beasley, but just headed wide of the net. Great job by Beasley getting up there and getting her head on that.
That's a great job, yeah. She's a winger. She's obviously going to attack the ball. As a defender, you want to make sure you're touch tight. And you don't, if she goes up, you got to go up. You got to challenge everyone for the header when you're in the box.
And Benatti's on the ball now. And she's going to be pressed by Beasley. And now it's Thomas on the ball with a lot of space on this wing. Taking her time now. Going down that wing.
Again, that's the ball. I don't think that's the ball that Coach Marcosia wants.
So much space down that wing Thomas has had. I've yet to see her really sprint into that space and take it.
Yeah, she obviously wants to get into that space and take the time. But if there's nothing to see, I know Coach Marcosia, I know Mike just wants him to come back and reset and go down the other way. When you put that ball over the top, sometimes when it comes off, yeah, beautiful pass. But the times it doesn't, you just give possession away.
And London now patiently on the ball. Now they get their turn of possession. Still early in this game, not having to worry about going forward too quickly. Just trying to take their chances when they get them. And a great pass to Kovacic, and it's great defending to take the ball for, and a nice tackle to win it back. And it's going to be a Vaughan throw on another call that has people shaking their heads. Refs look a little confused there, and it was a very delayed call.
Yeah, the ref, I don't think he knew at all, and then he looks for his linesman, and I don't think his linesman knew either, so.
A little bit of confusion from both the linesman and the head ref. And now off that throw, here comes Vaughan. And just like that, Vaughan is through.
Offside.
But she is caught offside. And after the whistle's dead, she's going to take that shot, and that's going to get her a yellow card. And that's the second time I've seen Vaughan do something like that after the whistle's done and they play the ball still. And no ref likes that, and they're always going to come back and call that one.
Yeah, that's a form of dissent, right? Ref blows his whistle, tells you to stop. You're like, man, I'm going to kick it anyways, whatever. And you're trying to
yellow card to Vaughan.
Trying to slow the game down. You're trying to frustrate the other team as well because they're down a goal.
That's Van Bakel picking up a yellow card early in the game. And for a forward like that and how high she's been pressing, she's going to have to be careful now how she challenges the back line. Oliviera trying to find a ball through, not able to, but she's on it now. Everyone hoping for a shot, but she plays a nice ball out wide to Robin Scott, who gets on the end of that, cuts past one, slips a bit
well
on
done,
this wet
Scott.
ground.
Well
Still
done, Robin.
though. And here's Strano pressed hard, and she's going to lose it, but Scott wins it back for her.
No foul, just hold her.
And that's Van Bakel on the ball, and it's going to be cleared out now. Not far enough, though, because London's still on it with Strano.
That is the
Strano
counter
back to
pressing that
Benatti.
Coach Marcosia wants to see right there.
And
You
now
lose the
Benatti-
ball and you win it higher up in the field.
And now Benatti able to be on the ball, back outside to Thomas, and Thomas plays it back inside to Benatti. Benatti to Oliviera. And Kovacic tries to get on that, and there is a foul call on Kovacic finally. First one of the game.
And now the crowd is, the crowd is behind it.
A great spot for someone to get on the end of this. Who would you feel would be a right picking for taking a shot here?
Probably Kovacic. I picked Kovacic or Oliveira. I know both of them practice the free kicks.
Both lined up on the ball right now. We'll see which one ends up taking the shot. Kovacic really studying the ball and where to place it right now. In my mind, it seems like Kovacic is going to be the one to take it.
She's definitely taking it, yeah.
As Oliveira steps away, this is Kovacic's shot. And it's going to be taken and dipping, but just over the bar. Good attempt there by Kovacic. You always want attempts early on in the game from free kicks to be on target, especially when not a lot of shots have been on goalkeeper Grant, to really test her to see if she's in this game.
Yeah, you want to test the keeper. A little bit of a wasted opportunity there. I would like her to hit the target. But, you know, she'll step up. She'll hit the next one.
And one nicely in the air by London. And here comes Hong on the ball. Challenged by 2 Vaughan players, but still London's able to come out with it.
Well
and
done.
Benatti's on it now. And she's going to look to create space outside to Thomas. And Thomas now going forward. Back to Benatti. Benatti controlling that midfield like we all know she loves to do. Outside to Thomas. And Thomas now looking up, finding a pass. There's Kovacic, beautiful pass forward. Kovacic
Good
cuts
turn.
inside. Great turn. And plays
Little pass, what a ball through.
beautiful ball. And there's the finish. Beautiful team play there by FC London. And you can tell by the team celebration altogether. 1, 2, 3 passing from Benatti to Kovacic to Strano to finish it off. Let's look back on that goal. What a beautiful one. Kovacic, the solo effort to beat 1, beat 2, and a beautiful one-touch pass right through the middle of Strano, and Strano just finds it right under the goalkeeper's arm, and that's a beautiful finish to make it 1-1 in the 30th minute.
Kovacic with the vision as she comes across to recognize the run that Strano was making, and Strano to have the, you know, the presence of mind and the calmness when she's in front of the net to just slide underneath. Nothing hard, right? You know, there's no panic. She just slid it in, and all you gotta do is pass it in, right? That was fantastic.
A beautiful, calm finish
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up
by
for
Strano.
Daniela Strano.
And once again, you can see the crowd behind London now, and you can see the tempo picking up as London's back on the ball in the middle with Benatti.
Oh, London's got the best fans. They're, you know, they come out to every game. They're behind the team all the time. They're making noise.
Thomas with a positive touch forward to take the space that she has. And across in the middle, no one there to challenge on it, and it's awkwardly cleared out for a throw-in. And it's going to be a London throw deep in Vaughan's end.
FC London, located at the corner of Rectory and York Street. Simply great food.
And here's throw. There's
She's going to have a
Benatti,
go. Why not?
and she's going to have a go at it, like you said. And it's just wide. With this slippery ground, with this slippery grass, a shot like that can be challenging.
Oh, it's hard, right? It picks up speed like we were talking about earlier. If that's on target and it skips right before the
As
keeper.
you can see, that first skip after she
Yeah.
took it, it definitely picked up more speed, like you just pointed out. And Kovacic trying to pressure that, and it's going to come all the way back to Megan Scott. And nice 1-2 passing to open up space for Scott. And she finds the pass in the middle to Benatti. And great passing now by London here. Confidence behind
One
them.
touch.
Kovacic in the middle, and she beats one and finds her pass over the top. And there's Robin Scott trying to break through.
Nice try.
And unfortunately a little far, but great thought there by Kovacic. And it's going to be picked up by Grant.
And that's FC London soccer right there. Playing out the back, one touch, finding a solution around the pressing, and playing into the striker, and going out the other side.
Like you pointed out, beautiful one-touch passing to get out of the own end, while as Kovacic is now pressing hard on top of the halfway line there. And here comes London again, winning the ball easily. And they're going to restart from the back. In the middle to Benatti. That's who they always love to find when building up plays. Out wide to Thomas. And she's going to take the space. Tries to send the ball over the top through the middle. And can't find anyone. It's going to be picked up by Vaughan. And Benatti picks up the ball in the middle now. And once again, London resets. Now at 1-1, go back to a game where it's like scoreless. Start from the beginning now. Dominate the game from here on out. Don't worry about that one goal that's on the board for Vaughan. It's in the past now.
Oh, it's in the past. You know, hey, you gave up a goal. That's okay. It happens, right? Off a mistake, playing out the back. But now you know, hey, we can break this team down. We don't have to kick it long or anything like that. We can break
great
them
long
down.
ball there to the Rose. Tries to play it through to Kovacic, and it's just picked up by Grant. Sorry, you continue what you're saying.
Well, London knows they can break the team down. They don't have to kick it long. They can just, you know, play their natural game style, and they can, you know, go through the team. And that's good to know. That's a confidence booster.
And
as you play.
long ball up that was won by Beasley, and she beats one defender, but just touches it out of bounds. Benatti not letting her get too far away from her, and it's going to be a London throw. Great job there by Benatti.
Good pressure.
Not giving up on it after she was beat. Got beat and sprinted back to be one-on-one with her once again. And a great throw in the middle to Strano. And just a little bit of tugging is going to be a free kick for Vaughan.
It's not a terrible foul to give up.
Allows them to drop back and now reset for this free kick.
Yeah.
Vaughan does have a tall striker up top, so you can see a long ball over the top, and it goes right towards her. And she gets a tip on it, but Emily Gillett comes off her line and picks that one up nicely.
Good job by Morgan Blair to hold off the striker there.
Great
Allow
shielding
Gillett to
there.
come out, yeah.
Great shielding there by Blair. And here is Strano on the ball once again, right back to Blair. Blair looking up over to Megan Scott. Scott now out wide to Thomas. Inside to Benatti. Great.
Benatti, a little bit of skill right there. That's lovely to see.
Great little hesitation there to put the player off balance, and she's able to get space for herself.
She's doing that all the time. That is just a signature thing for her to do. It's second nature.
You see that from a lot of midfielders, and the simple little movements of your body. Can
Little
just
hesitation.
Tiny hesitations to throw off any defender.
Oh, of course.
And here's Scott on the ball. Robin Scott tries to play it into Jade Kovacic, and she's still on the ball, trying to find space herself.
Oh!
And once again, a heavy tackle, and the ref's just telling her to get up. And Kovacic still on the ground.
Carl's not happy about that. Gillett's not happy about that.
And Kovacic on the ground again. That's maybe the third or fourth heavy tackle I've seen Kovacic take. And Kovacic not allowing the medical to come out to help her. She's getting right back up. She doesn't want to leave the field whatsoever.
No, she's not leaving it. She takes a lot of abuse in the back, right? You know, she's kind of got a target on her back, being the top goal scorer in the league for the last, 2 years. So, yeah, defenders want to put in a kick on her, put in a tackle on her, let them know, hey, this is not going to be an easy game. And Jay takes a lot, and she never really complains, as you see. As a game you watch, she doesn't complain. She gets up, continues playing. She leads by example, which is fantastic for her team. And
as a captain should, Jade knows that some fouls aren't going to go her way, and she can't make a big deal out of it. And she's just going to get up as the player she is, like you're describing, and keep playing.
And then you see from her teammates, and her teammates are coming to her aid. And that's just a fantastic sign of togetherness.
Following,
right?
your leader on the
and
field.
fighting for your leader, right? And making sure, hey, she's one of our top players. You know what? You complain to the ref, you complain to the girl. You're not going to kick one of our players off the pitch.
And that is not a player London will like to lose, or only 36 minutes into this game in Jade Kovacic from injury.
Oh, shit.
And here's Benatti on the ball. Outside to Thomas once again. Thomas looking back inside to Benatti. Benatti beats one.
How many times are we going to see that today? Beats one, beats two by Benatti. She just, creating the space.
With the field being muddy as well, it helps with those quick movements and just not able to find balance on the defenders. And once again, Jade is going to be caught offside, but that one a little questionable. Shrugging her shoulders.
Very questionable.
Not sure how that one was called offside.
Very questionable.
The worry now is about London developing a little bit of frustration, because what I've been watching is some miscalls, and some bad calls on the side of London.
Yeah, you got to keep your head about yourself. Continue to stick to the game plan. Playing soccer for a long time, never seen a ref change his mind. So when he makes a call, yeah, you can complain and this and that, but just get back in your position and let the coaching staff.
Oh,
she's through.
She's through.
Why not a little chip?
And beautiful.
Why not?
Knocked down once, knocked down twice, maybe even a third time, but she's putting one in the back of the net, making it 2-1 in the 37th minute for FC London. Jade Kovacic, as you called it as it was happening. Beautiful chip over the keeper.
I know what she was thinking there. She got her heads up. She sees the keeper running at her. She's like, I got this. I can chip her.
And as we look back here in slow motion, a beautiful chip over the keeper. Caught off the line. Jade Kovacic is going to make you hate yourself for doing that every time.
She's a sniper. She's a finisher, right? She is just a purebred finisher. You give her opportunities like that, she will punish you. She will make you
No
pay.
more than 5 minutes ago, she was on the ground because of heavy tackle, and now she's celebrating with her team with her first goal of the game and making it 2-1 late in this first half.
That's just a normal thing for her to do.
Get knocked down, get back up.
Get
That's
back
how
up
a
and
captain
score.
needs to be. Lead
Oh.
by example, and there's her example.
Yeah. And she will not get you back in tackles. If you tackle her back like that, she'll get you back in the worst way possible. She'll score a goal.
And she did just that. And if we're going off of tackles versus goals, then we might see another 2 goals tonight by Kovacic. But being that number 9, she's going to be continuously to be tackled very hard on the top of the field. And here is Thomas. Thomas
And
finding
there
a
you go.
pass
That's
through,
the pass. That's the pass we wanted from her.
and almost finding Kovacic, and it's going to go out for a corner. And you're going to see Benatti go on the end of this corner now.
Many thanks to Rogers TV for being our sponsor this season. They're committed to stream live some of our games, and they're here tonight. So big thanks to Rogers TV.
And Benatti's on the ball now. Kovacic on the ball now.
Beats
Benatti
one.
beats 1. Something you've heard a lot. Beats 1, beats 2. Benatti's going to continue to do that all game as she
Wins
picks
the
up the
ball
ball
back.
once again, holding it 1-on-1. Tries to play it over the top, but it's blocked.
What a tackle by
tackle.
Marissa.
And here is Taylor on the ball. Thomas. All the way back to Blair. And like you said, great tackle there, tracking back and winning that all ball. And now switch the play all the way over to Megan Scott. And Megan Scott now plays it out to Thomas, back to Scott. And like you heard from Blair, you have time. They have all the time in the world right now on their back line. Vaughan not pressing too high. If London wanted to, it seems like they could pass it between each other the rest of this game. They do have the lead.
I think Vaughn's a little worried, a little scared now about getting beat in the middle of the field and getting played over the top. So I think that's why they're dropping back a lot.
They've been watching London get more and more comfortable as this game goes on. And building from the back has become more and more dangerous. And here comes Vaughan, and a nice cross in that's going to be defended
Get it out.
nicely.
Oh,
and
Marissa.
beats 1, Oliviera, and she clears it out. And there's Jade Kovacic challenging for the ball. And Strano wins it in the air and continues the challenge forward, but here comes Vaughan. And just some missed bounces, but great defending there, strong defending to clear it out. But once again, here comes Vaughan. Trying to play it out wide, but not able to get far enough.
Yeah, London needs to get the ball back on the ground. Go back to our
Strano.
game, control it, slow it down a bit, get your positioning.
Oliviera
Build up.
does
You can
just what
hear-
you're saying.
Yeah, you can hear Coach Makosh on the side. Build up, slow the game down. Continue to do what we've been doing. We have success with it.
And exactly what you are speaking of is what London is doing right now, restarting from the back with Megan Scott all the way outside to Thomas once again, right in front of us here.
That's
And
one
Thomas
thing-
taking
yeah.
space in the middle, plays it to Strano. A lot of pressure coming in. Strano has to clear it up the field. And LaRose is going to challenge for that, and it's going to be headed back towards Vaughn's goalkeeper. But here comes Vaughan out of their own end. Great defending by Thomas, not jumping on that ball, holding herself and trying to predict. And here is Kovacic, and she plays Benatti. Benatti looks up, no long ball yet, plays it to Strano. Strano all the way outside the Hong. Switching the field once again. Hong, Strano, to Benatti, to Thomas. We've seen that all game so far. And it's just going to be a handball called on Jade, unfortunately. Wasn't her fault. Just seems to happen sometimes.
I think it's just a natural reaction. As the ball comes back, don't get hit in the face.
And played short once again by Vaughan. Both teams sticking with that strategy of keeping it short. Long ball over. Strano beautifully defended. And Benatti trying to get on the end of that. But here comes some Vaughan with 1-2 passing. But Benatti reads it and picks it off. Great defending there by Benatti. And here's Megan Scott. 1-2 passing with Blair to open up herself all the way outside to Thomas once again. Thomas now looking down the line. Doesn't see a pass. Looks back. Finds Benatti in the middle.
As London just continues to play their game and pass the ball and just shift the ball back and forth, they're just tiring Vaughan out. They're just tiring them out all the time, right? They just gotta go back and forth, and you have to chase the ball.
And
And you
Oliviera's
can
on the
tell
ball.
the game's getting a little slower from Vaughan's point of view, right? They're not getting in there pressing, and they're not, they're giving us more time on the ball. So This is exactly what London wants. And then come the second half, the game's going to open up immensely.
Yeah, since London's first goal, London has
What
had
a
most
pass.
of the possession. And there's a great pass, unfortunately, offside. And that's Robin Scott who got caught offside. But as I was saying, since the first goal London scored to tie it up at 1, you've seen London dominate in possession.
Yep.
And with only a couple minutes left in this first half, they're going to go into the locker room with definitely more possession after this.
It's been exciting first half. Flew by.
It's been a very good first half by both teams. No boring games today, as it's a 2-1 score in the 43rd minute. And here comes Vaughan looking forward, trying to find a pass to break through, tie this game up before halftime. That's what they need. They want to go into the locker room tied at 2. So you're going to see Vaughan pressing very heavily in the last couple minutes before they get their 15-minute break for halftime.
And that's the biggest thing as a team.
And great play there by Morelli.
Get it out.
Trying to play in the middle, and Bonatti picks it up and plays it out to Oliviera. Oliviera looks up and tries to play a ball through the Jade, and great defending off balance, just able to get a toe on that. Plays it through, a nice pass, but cut off by Thomas. And Oliviera trying to get on the end of that.
Yeah, as I was saying, as a team, when you're 2-1 up, the biggest thing you don't want to do is you don't want to concede right before the half. You want to go into half up a goal. So you might see London, drop a little bit more and go a little bit more for the counterattack, try to spring Jade one more time as Vaughan tries to push.
And a little too excited there was Bonatti. Had an open pass to LaRose on the wing and tried to force a pass through the middle to Kovacic to get that goal close to halftime. Unfortunately there, she apologized to a player knowing what she should have done at that point. And now, speaking of her, here's LaRose and Bonatti playing with the ball with each other. And that is it, and that is halftime. Is about to go underway.
Oh, it's a beautiful night at the Cove Road. It's a beautiful night. You know, the weather's perfect right now.
And as the referee checks with his linesmen, and the second half is now underway. That's Kovacic playing all the way to her defender. That's Blair playing it all the way across to Megan Scott. Scott all the way up the field to Thomas, something we saw a lot in the first half, playing that wing side. Thomas taking space once again, trying to force that ball through, and it's cut off by Vaughan. And now Vaughan's trying to move forward. Restarting themselves with from the back. A lot of pressure by London. Vaughan trying to find a way out of it, sticking to that right side of the field. And able to finally find some space and get forward. And that's Beasley on the ball. She had a great first half. And now Vaughan restarting from the back, still not switching play, staying on that side, trying to play an over-the-top ball.
Oh, it's a
and
good ball
finds
into the
a
striker.
player.
Oh, not a good touch by the striker.
And
but
there's
good
Hong
ball.
playing it to Kovacic. And Kovacic now taking space back and playing it back to Blair, like we saw all first half, that patient play from the back to go move forward.
It looks like Kovacic and Claire Rose switch positions. Now you see Kovacic out in the wing, and you see Claire up front.
Could possibly be because of the beating she was taking in the middle. Get her a little breather on the side and then move her back in the middle of a threat.
We've also seen in the first half how much space is on this wing. The coach might be wanting to isolate her 1v1, let her go, go 1v1 against defenders and let her just burn some people and put some balls in the box.
Both wings, there has been a lot of space for London to take so far this game, and they've been trying to go down the middle because their target in the middle is always Kovacic. Now having her on the wing with that space and that talent, she's going to be able to use her speed and her skill on the ball to go forward on one-on-one certain situations that can create so many chances for LaRose up top.
Definitely. You're gonna, Jade's gonna draw people and draw attention no matter where she is on the field. So if you pull her out wide, it might open up the defensive unit back there, and it might allow Claire to, make little runs in behind and just catch a little bit of freedom.
And Bonatti on the ball now is a player that we watched all first half, and definitely a standout performance to me every game I've seen her play.
Oh, she controls the midfield. She controls the game. Her and Strano and Marissa, in those three in your midfield is, it's fantastic. They each have their own strengths and their own weaknesses, but they complement each other very well.
Good job, Jules. Well done.
One a more powerful defensive-minded midfielder in Strano, and one a more technically talented and gifted in Bonatti.
Yeah, and then you have Marissa as well in there, and she's technically gifted, and she's also a defensively sound as well. It's
that midfield is one that any team should be afraid of. That midfield is so solidly down together.
You could just say they're stacked. They are stacked in the midfield.
Players coming on the bench to fill in those spots.
Oh, definitely. Yep.
And it's played back to Taylor Grant. That is Vaughan, keeper. She plays it back to Melhado. Melhado moving forward. Plays it down the line. It's beautifully cut off by Kovacic. It's going to be a throw-in for Tenny. Tenny throws it down the line. And there's Hong winning the ball and playing it back to Blair, who one-touches it to Kovacic, and beautiful one-touch passing right now.
Great one-touch passing up. Oh,
and that's a one
little bit
beat.
of skill,
And there's a foul from behind.
Hey, it happens.
Kovacic just letting the ref know that's the second foul.
Yeah, she is frustrated, but you see how, hey, she's frustrated, but she's not gonna like go for the ref, do this. She's just gonna let she.
Just letting him know, just showing him a signal, a number 2 with her fingers, not complaining, not yelling, just saying, hey, are you watching this?
Yeah.
Not sure why the ref stopped the play there, but he blows his whistle to call the ball back for that free kick once again. And here's Vaughan on the ball trying to move forward, and it's cut off by Hong. One touch pass between Hong and Kovacic. Beautiful there to create more space. Blair on the ball now, looking to switch up the field. And Benatti finds it, and she's looking up. And she just misses a pass to Jake Kovacic. She saw it just a little late.
A little bit late, yeah. Jay made that run.
Oh, beautiful ball
touch.
forward. A nice touch pass forward to LaRose, who's trying to get on the end of that. And just able to, but Oliviera picks it up.
Well done by Robin Scott there. Just a little touching behind around the corner.
Trying to play that ball through to Kovacic and just clear it
Good
out,
win.
but not far enough for Blair to clear that out back into the Vaughan area. And once again, there's another slip because the slippery field. But Benatti not giving up the ball, still fighting for it, not
Still
stopping, and
goes.
she gets
Well
it back.
done. She wins that ball back.
Shows her talent in every aspect of the game. And a long ball.
And the Scott,
Tries to win that header, play it forward to
the hard ball to control.
LaRose,
The
but
hard-
a good attempt there, just not able to get it forward.
yeah. She was just trying to flick that on a little bit into LaRose.
Just trying to get a small flick to LaRose to get a nice touch on that.
Touch, yeah.
Just a little touch on that to put in the back of the net, but unfortunately, not able, jumped a little too early and not able to get to the height of it.
Get that win. So let's get loud for our women's team.
And the London crowd getting pumped up to cheer on the women's team to keep that undefeated streak going. And here's Thomas on the ball, playing the middle to Benatti. Once again, Benatti trying to look forward, and she switches it all the way to Kovacic, but it's cut off by Tenny. And this is Van Bakel on the ball, holding it back to Tenny. There's Van Bakel on the ball. Goem, she scored a goal in the first half for Vaughan. She was on the ball. And it's dropped back out to Vaughan. There's open shot.
Well
and it's
done,
blocked.
Drano.
Very good pressure there as soon as that ball fell in the front of the box. And now Vaughan trying to find something forward. Sends a ball over the top. And it's going to be easy pickings for Emily Gillett. Nothing coming of that.
Yeah, you can hear, hey, get our shape, right? Meaning, hey, let's make sure that defensively we're sound. We're not, too bunched up in one area, not too spread out, right? Gillett's always watching for that, right? She's a good commander back there.
There's a great ball forward, and LaRose showing off her speed, beating her defender, getting on the right side of her. And she comes away with the ball. And it's played back to Benatti, and Benatti's picking it up. And she switches it all the way back to Thomas, who then tries to move forward, taking space to Strano. Strano has pressure on her back now, finds the ball forward. A nice touch trying to turn by LaRose, but unfortunately too many defenders there. And great defending by
now
Megan
you see
Scott.
In Vaughan, you see a big gap between their strikers and their midfield. And London's going to try and exploit that as much as they can, getting Marissa and Benatti in that area.
Great tackle there. by Oliveira, and it's going to be a London throw. A missed pass by Oliveira, recovers and wins the ball back for London. Is going to be a substitution for Vaughan, number 15 coming on for number 11, so that is Falkenstein coming on for Beasley.
And Beasley had a good first half, good game so far.
She's had a good first half. I believe she was sitting on a yellow card, if I'm not mistaken, early in the game. She took that shot and received the yellow card.
I don't know if you saw her running off there. She was kind of limping, so maybe she picked up a knock.
Maybe multiple reasons for that substitution, but a new player coming on the field, fresh legs in a forward position. Here's Hong on the ball, trying to find a pass. So many Vaughan players pressing. And that's what Vaughan has to keep doing if they're going to get back into this game against London. But great, trying to be fancy, not going to fool Blair. And here's Kovacic on the ball, trying to find a pass out. And a beautiful switch, but unfortunately just a little too high. But it's picked up by Robin Scott.
You're right. Expect Vaughan to press a little bit higher this time to try and win the ball when they lose it. When they lose in their attacking area.
And a beautiful ball over. Sorry for the interrupt, but here's Robin Scott on the ball. And she's going to try to make something of this. A beautiful long ball by Strano found Scott. And here come Vaughan, not with a lot of numbers, trying to counter, but simply London wins it back. But like you were saying, Vaughan is going to be trying to add more pressure.
Yeah, they're going to add more pressure. They're going to try to win it high up in the field. And that plays, if London can outplay that and try into Robin Scott, then they can hopefully capitalize on those chances.
A little bit of miscommunication there between Kovacic and Hong. And it's going to be restart from the back as Kovacic adds pressure. Cleared up through the middle, won nicely by Blair in the air. And once again, Blair pressing, and she wins it back.
Yes, well
and
done.
Bonatti not letting anyone get a touch of the ball other than herself there. A nice, simple, patient build up here by London. Blair on the ball, looking to try to find pass through the middle and finds Kovacic, who one touches it back to Hong. And once again, they're going to rotate through the back, but find a pass through the middle. And unfortunately, it's just cut off by Tenny. She keeps it in. Plays it back to a defender. That's Umalak. Tenny. Back to the defender. And it's going to have to be cleared out one time. A great job there by LaRose trying to cut it off. Good pressure by London. Even though they're up 2-1, they're not going to hold back, as we both know.
No, they're not going to. 2-1 is a very, it's a difficult score. Yes, you're up, but
it's not a comfortable
It's
lead.
not comfortable, exactly. That's exactly what I was looking for. It's not comfortable.
Because all you need is one goal, and the momentum's now on Vaughan's side.
Yes.
And as soon as they have that momentum, it's tied, and they can take that lead.
And it's so much easier to take that lead when you come back.
And beautiful play here by LaRose trying to win the ball, and she's unable to come away with it, unfortunately. But yes, when you are 2-1 down and you score that goal, you are in the driver's seat. As we see a beautiful ball forward that's going to be called offside, but unfortunately for Kovacic, it's played over the net anyways. So it's going to be a goal kick.
The crowd didn't like that one. I'm unsure. I don't know if that was offside. We're kind of behind the play a little bit here where we're standing, but it was close again.
Oh, they're going to allow the free kick from the offside call, but unfortunately for Kovacic, it was played over the net. I feel if that did go in the back of the net, it definitely would have been more of a hurtful call on her behalf. Because like you said, I thought that was perfectly timed as well. From where we were standing right in front of us, we were able to see just as well as the linesman was.
Definitely. Been a couple questionable calls, to say the least.
Both games tonight, we've seen some questionable calls against London. Against all teams playing tonight, there's been some calls by the ref, but that happens every game, and like you said earlier, you just got to keep playing because the ref will never change their mind.
Oh, you got to deal with it. That's footy. You deal with, sometimes you get a ref who doesn't, he makes a bad call or whatever. You just deal with it.
You get a ref who calls nothing. You get a ref who calls everything.
Yeah.
Ref for one side, ref for the other side.
You get it all. It's okay.
Rare that you get a ref ref's a perfect game where everyone leaves happy.
Yep.
And Gillett's going to play from the back once again and throws it out to Thomas. And Thomas is going to take her space forward, looking for that pass down the line like we've seen a lot. but she plays it in the middle to Benatti, and Benatti has so much space right now, and like you heard in the first half, beats one. Plays it outside back to Thomas, and Thomas is taking her space down the line. And she's using that speed,
She's
beating
gonna
one
go.
now. Tries to send a cross in as the
Well done.
almost 60 minutes gone in this game. London still holds the lead 2-1. They have a corner here, and Kovacic and Benatti are going there, and so you can probably assume it's going to be a little bit of play between the two of them. We saw it in the first half.
If Vaughan sends 2, then I don't believe they'll pass it.
The proud sponsor
You have the
of
rule.
FC
If they
London.
send 2,
For all
we
your
send
financial
2,
needs,
right? And then you're not really going to go 2v2.
Libro is
But
here for the
I,
seasons of your
oh,
life.
yeah.
Once
But
again,
when
they
you,
play
have,
short.
when you have Kovacic and Benatti, you know, 2v2.
You have two players with
Yeah.
the talent of Benatti and Kovacic playing it short 2v2. You have a lot of confidence in them. And Strano takes a long shot, and it's easy pickings for Taylor Grant. As you hear Gillett commanding from the back to shift over, here comes Vaughan trying to press. That's Johnson on the ball.
Good
And she
defense.
loses it to Thomas. Great defending there by Thomas. And Thomas trying to find a pass forward, finds Kovacic.
Great pass.
Seems it's back. Kovacic and LaRose switched once again. And Kovacic back in her known spot as that number 9, top of the, right in the middle. A nice one-touch passing, and Hong has space, and she touches into it and takes it. Tries to play a ball forward, but it's just behind Oliviera.
Come on, keep coming. Come on, Jenna. Come on.
And Hong's going to have to retreat and catch back up, because here comes Van Bakel on the wing, and we've heard her name a lot tonight. She's a quick one.
She is, but I think Lennon will allow her to shoot from there tonight. Special to beat Gillett from there.
Gillett, not known for suffering too many goals, has one against her tonight, and she's definitely not going to want more, and especially that back line. They're not going to want to suffer more goals to add to that tally.
No,
Only 14 against and over 104.
15 now. But
Only 15 against and over 104 over the last span of the last 25 games. That's a number you don't want to touch.
no.
And it's played out to LaRose, and beautiful one-touch pass trying to find Oliviera, but unfortunately great defending there by Vaughan.
More hustle.
Oh, they collided there. pretty
LaRose
bad.
slow to get up, and she's limping on her leg a bit while the ball is played into the middle, and a great opportunity off the crossbar
Get it out.
and cleared out by Megan Scott. Great chance there for Vaughan, and the ref is going to stop play to check on
Gillett's
LaRose, and LaRose
down.
saying she's okay.
They got to check on Gillett now.
Gillett's down now. That is not someone you want to see London lose at this point in the game.
No, it's not.
And they are going to warm up their backup goalkeeper, Richardson. Richardson taking her jersey, or taking off her her penny on the bench, putting her gloves on, so we could see a substitution here. And there is going to be a substitution for Vaughan, as I say that.
That's the hardest position to come into in a game. As the keeper, it's got to be the hardest. Like I wouldn't know. I never played keeper,
I've
but
been a backup keeper myself coming into the game after injury. You didn't
yeah.
any time.
But you know, 99% of the time you're not coming in.
We're going to look back on the replay for what happened here. It seems like the ball, she just landed uncomfortably as the ball comes in, and it just goes off the crossbar, just over Gillett's hands. And she just lands uncomfortably.
Yeah, I think she just lands like on her back. She didn't get, she didn't get her hands down, or she didn't get like her hips down to kind of take the absorption of.
She
that
is
contact.
up, the medical is walking away, and she's staying there. And as the backup goalie Richardson puts her penny back on, it looks like Gillett is going to be staying in.
That's medical Mike Robinson, man, fantastic. He does for both.
Yeah, he keeps himself busy, but not very busy with the teams. Both men and women fight very hard to stay in this game, and they do not want the medical to be taking him off.
In both games, he's busy, right?
Does most of his work before the game so they don't have to deal with it during. That's how you have a great medical team. Start at the beginning of the game to avoid injuries so you don't have to deal with them during. Make sure everyone gets a good warm-up in, gets taped up where they need to be taped up.
Yeah.
And play is back underway now with a London throw. It's going to be thrown down the line, and it's going to be picked up by Vaughan, and Vaughan's going to clear it out of their own end. Great.
Come on, girls.
With Van Bakel. And it's played forward. And that's Falkenstein on the ball. But she loses it. And Oliviera now has it. And she's looking for a pass early, but she has to go out wide to LaRose. And LaRose now taking space. She has speed. They're going one-on-one down the line. And great defending there by Tenney. Speed versus speed. And support coming in from Vaughan wins the ball back, and that is Van Bakel. You've seen her all over the field tonight.
Yeah, she's definitely been a threat for Vaughan today. She's been on the ball constantly.
And on the ball right now is Torelli. She came on for Vaughan. She's a new substitute that just came on, and she's playing in the middle of the field. So that's a big position to sub off and switch up players.
Yeah. Middle of the field, you know, it's hard in a game like this, especially where you got to come in and try and get the flow for the game right away, the pace of the.
And it's gonna be a long ball forward for London. Unchallenged, easily cleared out by Vaughan. And here, nice touch to move forward. And here they come. That is Johnson on the ball. And she tries to play it through, and it's easy pickings for Gillett, who plays it out quickly to Hong, and Hong's being pressured fast. Black to Blair, and Blair plays it up the wing to LaRose, who's being pressured heavy by. And it's going to go off of LaRose, and it's going to be a Vaughan throw. And once again, you can hear the fans, you can hear the players, a little bit of frustration. A handball that's now missed. And there's Oliviera on the ball, playing it through to Benatti in a spot that she likes to be. But beautiful defending there by Vaughan to get back on the ball. And there's Tenney in the middle to Falkenstein. Falkenstein plays it out wide. That's Douglas. And that is Johnson playing it forward. And it just goes back off of Johnson and it's out of play. And it's going to be a
London substitution.
London throw, and on that it's going to be a substitution. Coming off is number 21 for number 11.
Robin Scott.
Coming out, and going in is Nicole Nielsen.
Yeah, Nicole brings, you know, Robin Scott's a great game. She played fantastic. She ran forward. She played in the back. She did fantastic. Nielsen brings a little bit more of a forward attacking presence onto that wide area. So look for her to get in behind. Look for her to get on the ball. She's very good dribbling. So.
And LaRose, quick one-touch passing here by London. Benatti just one fake shot, gives herself a little more space, and she's looking to move forward. And now Vaughan patiently can now build up from the back, and they're moving forward. A nice pass in the middle, and she beats one. That is Faber. Faber back to her defense, plays it long ball up the field.
Oh.
And that's won by Hong.
That was a high foot. Almost kicked her in the face there. The crowd did not like that one.
And a nice cross in, and it's going to be easily picked up by Gillett, though. There's been a few calls or missed calls tonight, you could say, that the crowd did not like.
Yeah, definitely. You know, there's been a few. And that one surprises me. When you get your foot up high like that towards someone's face, you know,
90% of the time it's called.
Oh yeah, easily called high foot, right?
It's like in any sport, in hockey as well. You don't put your stick up to someone's face;
Yeah.
It's called instantly. Here is Van Bakel on the wing, beats one. Hong up beat. There's Van Bakel trying to send a low cross in, picked up and a shot, and there it is, tying the game. Great build-up play by Vaughan. Van Bakel to Falkenstein, and finishes off nicely into the top right corner to tie this game up at 2 in the 67th minute. Looking back on that goal now, it all started with Van Bakel winning that one-on-one against Hong. Plays it nicely in the middle, and Falkenstein had a nice touch to get away from Blair and just placed that beautifully into the top right corner.
Yeah, Hong got beat there a little easy when she dove in. She thought she could win the ball. Van Bakel obviously takes a great touch down the line and, you know, puts the ball in, and the goal scorer took a good touch, takes one inside,
Let's go.
puts it in the far corner. Let's
Here
see how London
comes
reacts.
London. Let's see how they react now. We were talking about that 2-1 lead. Once they get that goal, the momentum switch. So it's a
Yes.
dangerous time for both teams right now.
Goal by the Vaughan Azzurri.
You can be vulnerable because you scored the goal and you're happy, you're not worrying right now, or you can also be vulnerable because the momentum has switched and Vaughan can come back and score a third goal really quickly.
Definitely. The
And
next
that's Strano slow to get up after a hard tackle.
The next 10 minutes are very crucial in this game, right? Because now that they're back and even, you know that Vaughan's going to try and push. They got momentum, go for that second goal. London's got to make sure that defensively they're tight, they're organized, compact, and they got to look to play forward and look to play the way that they've been playing most of the game. Just keep the ball, right? No need to change, right?
And that's a nice ball out, switching the field to Thomas from one side to another from Hong. And here it comes back once again. Now it's Blair on the ball. Plays it out wide to Hong. Hong looking for it. Back to Blair. And it's cut off after trying to force a pass through the middle. And Vaughan's on the ball again. But Hong does a good job winning it back now. And there's pressure all around her trying to get away. And it's going to be a Vaughan throw after Hong is just not able to keep the ball in play there.
Go, London.
And now one back by Strano plays it back to Hong. And now they're trying to reset from the back. It's going to have to be cleared by Blair. And up in the air goes Jade.
That's fine. You know, sometimes you need that from your defenders. Coach doesn't like that, but when you're put under pressure like that, hey, sometimes we just got to get it out and just reset ourselves.
There by Strano in the midfield. Win that ball back
Yeah, strong
before
on the ball.
Vaughan could get into a really dangerous area.
Oh, what a touch around the
What a
corner.
great ball forward, and there goes Oliviera.
Fortunate she couldn't get on the end of that one.
And another great tackle in the midfield by Strano. Strano doing a great job holding the ball in the midfield right now.
Oh, she's going to win tackles. She's winning tackles all over the pitch.
Another sub soon to be made by London, getting ready.
Yeah.
Here's Thomas playing it inside the middle to Strano, and Benatti's on the ball. Another fake just to make some space for herself. And there's Hong sending an over-the-top ball, and it's nicely cut off by Vaughan's defense.
Yeah, it's, you know, that ball's going to work every once in a while, but London's got to get back to what they've been doing all season and what they've been doing well in the game tonight. Let's put the ball on the ground. Let's try and build the play up and make the small passes in behind for those runs.
And here's Thomas out wide once again. Nothing going forward for her, so she's going to look back like we're used to London doing. We're used to seeing from them. And here is Blair on the ball.
London's got to dig down.
She's looking for that long ball.
Yeah, London's got to dig down and get back to, I know they're tired, and it takes a lot of energy to work off the ball, but you'd rather do the work off the ball in offense than to be defending the whole time.
This unbeaten streak is still on right now. If it finishes 2-2, they'll still be on their unbeaten streak. But we both know they don't want to add another draw to that streak. They want more wins.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Let's go, Jules.
They're not.
And coming off is number 17 for London, Claire LaRose. And coming on is number 18, Claire Monyard.
Yeah,
What do you think about that substitution?
I think it's a good substitution. You know, Claire LaRose did fantastic. She put in and you know, playing out wide. It's because you got a lot of running to do, a lot of ground to cover. So I think Coach Marco's just putting out, you know, different wingers so that they continue to press high and not drop the momentum.
And once again, playing from the back is Vaughan. And there's the long ball. And it's nicely won in the middle by Vaughan with Van Bakel. Plays it out wide to Umlock. Nice pass trying to go forward just over the foot of her teammate. And Umlock is going to get back on the ball. And finds a pass forward this time. And a cross goes into the middle and switches the field. And that's Johnson on the ball. Trying to beat Hong, and Hong does a great job defending.
Yeah, she's
pushes
not
it right
getting
off the
beat
ball, and that's no foul called. Some people sounding from the Vaughan side a little unhappy about that. But good defending there by Hong. And she goes long. And she almost finds a nice pass, but it's cut off again. Long pass is not working for either team right now. Both teams defending very well.
Coach Markosha, he doesn't want that. Mike does not want that long ball. They've tried it, the last 3, 4, 5 times, something like that, and it has not come off. You can hear him on the side, build up the play. As Jenna's coming, he wants someone to drop in, and he wants to play the middle and then play out the other half space.
And that was a long shot attempt there by Vaughan, by Catherine Umlock, and just wide of the net. Now here comes London again, trying to find their space through the middle, and once again playing it back to go forward. And here's Oliviera on the ball back to Bonatti, and Bonatti looking for something, finds the substitute, Monyard, who finds Bonatti once again. Back to Monyard. Good one-touch passing between each other right now. Bonatti beats one and plays it through, and there's Kovacic. Kovacic on her left foot. Cuts inside. Oliviera not able to get on the end of it. But there's the shot blocked once again.
Nielsen comes in.
And cleared out by Vaughan very well. Here comes Vaughan on the counter. Vaughan now has the numbers going forward, and they try to send a long ball up. And it's not touched nicely, and she's now in space. And it's shut down nicely by London's defense. Hong once again being the one to be involved in that tackle. And Bonatti's down the ball and trying to calm things down after a hectic 30 seconds to 1 minute. Hong looking forward, finds Bonatti. Bonatti has a little bit of space. A nice positive touch forward, finds Oliviera. Oliviera now looking up. She finds a pass out wide, and it's just behind Monyard. And unfortunately, it's going to go out of bounds for a Vaughan throw.
You see what Marissa wanted to do there. She didn't get the execution right, but she had the right intention.
And another substitution here for London. Coming off is number 8 for number 6. So that is Strando coming off for Alex Clements.
Substitute, Alex is very good defensively.
Strando's been a little beaten up a little bit in the middle there. She could be getting a little tired after challenges.
Oh, she had a fantastic game today. She won so many balls in midfield. She would win balls and then she would distribute really well, not just winning kick.
And Alex Clements coming in and mixing up that midfield three that we know so well. And Strano, Bonatti, and Oliviera. Is that still going to fit with Clements there?
Oh, still going to fit. Clements is just going to be a little bit more defensively minded. I think she'll stay in front of the back four a little bit more because I don't think they want to concede again. So they're fine with their strikers going or their attackers going forward. 4 or 5 people back, that's fine.
It's going to be a London throw, and Hong's going to come up and take that. Fans wanting London to move quicker right now. Getting late in the game, 76th minute. Still tied at 2.
Of course, fans want to move a little bit quicker. You want us to go forward. You want them to score. But the game plan, they got to stick to the game plan. Build your opportunity, right?
Still a lot of time left in this game. All you need is one pass through, and you found a clear way to goal, and then you can take back the lead. And great defending there from the front line by Nicole Nielsen. It's a Vaughan throw just past half field into London's territory. And trying to find a pass down the line. And it's going to be crossed in by Van Bakel. And Hong just misses a header. And it's cleared out by Monyard, but not far enough. And it's picked up. And a long shot from Jesse Faber. And it's going to easily go wide. And it's going to be a goal kick for Gillett.
That's a hope and a prayer shooting from there.
Just hoping you connect it right and get it on target.
Yeah.
But that was from a long distance, and it's not ever going to challenge someone with the capabilities of Emily Gillett.
Yeah, if it's not on target.
And once again, you can hear the coach yelling, build up, build up. And here the London is doing just that, patiently building up like we've seen all game. There's Clements on the ball, one of her first touches of the game so far. Clements to the back line.
Yeah, as a sub, you want to make some simple passes, play your way into the game, get a feel for it. Make sure your first goal passes are on target. You don't give the ball away, and she did that.
Come on, come on, come on.
Oh,
And there's going to be a foul called. And it's going to be a Vaughan free kick a few meters from
Don't give an easy pass
the
here.
halfway circle. And she's going to play it quickly. The coach for London asking for pressure.
yeah, he wants to press high now. When they come across the pressing line, he wants to make sure that his players put Vaughan under pressure.
And Benatti beautifully won in the midfield there. Once again, on the ball.
Beats one.
As you've heard all game, Benatti just controlling that midfield whenever she gets the ball. No matter how many players are around her, she's always coming out of it with positive touches.
Bring it, bring it.
And nice one-touch passing, unfortunately, just behind Benatti.
Come on, double team. Well done.
And the crowd trying to get behind FC London here, trying to motivate them to get this goal late in the game. About 10 minutes left in this game now, still crucial time. As we saw in the men's game, a goal right now could change everything.
It's going to change everything. It's going to change momentum. Right now, there's kind of a stalemate.
And a beautiful touch forward, and Olivia Ayres through. And she takes a shot, but
Nice
it's
shot.
near post, and that's going to be easy picking for
Yeah.
Taylor Grant. Out of nothing, Kovacic gets a touch forward, and Oliveira gets on the end of that.
Let's go.
A long ball forward. And nicely won by Vaughan, and here comes Van Bakel.
Oh, well done.
And well done by Clements. That
Yeah.
defensive mind you see right there doing very well. And
Good
there's
pass.
Kovacic with her speed. She is through, and she's looking for a pass in the middle. And almost finds in an own goal, but Kovacic is still on it right now. And she's looking to beat the one-on-one. And she cuts up to the top of the box, takes a shot, and it's just going to be a weak shot. Not able to get enough behind that. It's going to be picked up by Taylor Grant.
Man, as you see, your winger, your striker going down the side like that, and they get to that angle, you have to bust your butt to get into,
Well done. Let's go, Red.
right? Like,
And cutbacks like that can equal any way. There's a lot of own goals that come off of those cutbacks.
yeah, definitely. But as a, she can't have just one target in there. She has to have 2, 3. You have to make sure that you get in there. And
You have to make sure you have options when you get to that point. If you get that far down the sideline, all the way to the goal line, pretty much, and then you only have one target in the box, you are
Yeah.
definitely missing out on some players.
and your top, but she's at an impossible angle there, and she's not going to be that selfish and try and shoot from there. She's going to cut it back. So you got to make sure you get there.
As soon as she made that cut towards the line, any player should have known that Jay was crossing that
Yeah.
one in. And here is Hong on the ball, and just a missed pass once again. And Benatti is
That's a
challenging,
fine,
and that's
that's
a
a
foul.
Oh, that's okay.
Simply.
We got to get to the ball. We got to
And
pressure.
here
gotta
comes
pressure.
Faber. Faber beats one. Tries to play it through, and Vaughn's still on it. But it's won back by Thomas. And Nielsen sprinting to the sideline, get the ball back, but she loses it. And across to the middle, cut off by Megan Scott. And Megan Scott has some time right now to look up and find a pass. And she tries to play
Oh,
it
she
over.
finds
And
a
a beautiful
great ball.
ball. Beautiful ball to Monyard. Now Benatti back to her defender, and Blair. And now Benatti on again, back to Blair. Back and forth between Benatti and Blair. Benatti showing the middle, Hong plays it to her. And she makes a cut back to give herself more space once again. Switches the field to Thomas. Thomas now taking some space. She tries to play it down the line to Kovacic, and there's Kovacic on the
Get
end
in the
of it.
box.
And Kovacic is going to look for a cross, but she's going to cut back
She's
to the
gonna
top of the
cut it
box.
back.
And she's going to lose it, unfortunately. But not as far, only as far as a London player. It's going to be picked up, played in the middle, cleared out easily by Vaughan. Another header out. And Vaughan clears it out, but not far enough. But once again, there's Van Bakel on the ball, and she tries to find a through pass forward, and it's cut off. And again, Vaughan on the ball.
You can see the fatigue start to set in. You know, 83rd minute, last little bit of the game. Players are tired. They got to dig deep. They got to make sure they're making that runs. They're counter pressing, and they're coming back and doing their defensive duties when they go forward.
And it's Blair on the ball now in the back, still being patient. It's 83rd minute. They're not going to stop with their game plan of being patient and building up.
No.
And here comes Blair on the ball, plays in the middle.
There we go. Yes.
And there's
Monyard.
Monyard. And she tries to play Jade, but great defending there by Vaughan. But not able to bring anything out of it because it's right back on the foot of Blair, who switches the field to Thomas. And Thomas now on the ball, looking forward, trying to find something. And she looks like she's looking for a long ball, but plays it short to the wing to Nielsen. Nielsen back to Thomas. Thomas now looking for a pass in the middle, finds Blair pressed heavy, and plays a nice pass to Benatti. And Benatti out wide to Monyard. Monyard has some space. She's going to push through, has to slow down, beat one-on-one, plays it down the line to Kovacic, and Kovacic not able to get on the end of that one. But it's going to be cleared out for a throw deep in Vaughan's end. Good team play there to get forward, switching the field quickly. And Benatti's now on the ball. It's the person you want to be on the ball in this situation right now. Benatti beats one. Looking for a pass forward, beats a second, takes a shot, just wide of the target.
Nice try.
And there's going to be a substitution, another substitution for London. Coming off is number 10, Oliviera, for number 3, Kayla McQueen. Kayla McQueen coming on now. Fresh legs in that attacking midfielder role. Hopefully can start something and get something going for London going forward.
You got 3 fresh attackers, right? And your 2 wingers and your number 10. So he's going to look to obviously try and counter press and win the ball high.
And it's one back by London on that second ball. And here she is, the substitute on the ball. McQueen just loses it though. And Gillett coming all the way out to collect that. She takes it back into her box and picks it up. Resets with Blair, and now Blair has space to look forward. And she passes in the middle to Benatti. Benatti has a little bit of space, but Van Bakel's there to cut her off. And she switches outside to Thomas. Just a little too heavy, and it's going to go out of bounds. .85 minutes played, 5 minutes left of the full regulation time.
Done,
and here comes Monyard. And Monyard trying to find space, trying to find a pass to go forward.
Finds Nielsen.
Nielsen tries to move forward, and it's deflected off of a Vaughan defender, and it's going to be a London throw in Vaughan's end. You're going to have to move forward now. Vaughan only has 1 girl holding the top line for the counter. Focusing on defending right now is Vaughan.
Yeah, they don't want to get scored on. If you come, you come away, away from home, and you go to the champ's house, and you come away with a point. You should be happy with that.
Vaughan trying to counter now. They don't have the numbers forward, and it shows right there with easy pickings for Blair, and she's coming forward now. Plays it outside to Nielsen. Nielsen inside, and just a missed pass there by Monyard, but she wins it back. And again, just loses it. And here comes Vaughan. Vaughan has more forward, but still not enough. 3 Vaughan players forward versus over 5 or 6 London players, and there's Hong winning the ball back, and the crowd appreciates that. So there. It's the 3rd time in a matter of minutes that she lost the ball in the middle. She's going to have to recover there.
Yeah, she's got to calm down a little bit. She's one of the young girls on the team, playing a high-pressure situation. She'll be fine.
Yeah, Monyard born in 2000, the only 2000 player on the roster, starting roster for FC London.
Good ball.
Great ball, great touch forward by Jade Kovacic. And there it is, the game, 87th minute. That's Captain Jade Kovacic going to a bench, and there's the celebration we all want to see right here in London, Ontario. Jade Kovacic for her 2nd of the game, and she's not going to miss that one.
Number 4, Benatti, she can take a pass. She creates her own chances. She takes time for herself. And she has the vision to play that ball and the talent to play that ball.
And there's that great pass all the way through to Kovacic. Great touch forward and a beautiful right foot finish right into the bottom right corner to take the lead really late in this game. 88 minutes played, 3-2 FC London. That's exactly what they needed.
That first touch by Jade, what a first touch. Take it down to the chest and move it forward.
Such a perfect number 9 touch to move forward and finish that ball.
Fantastic, right? And then a great calm finish again. I don't think I've really seen her smash a ball in the back of the net. She
great
gets
touch.
into positions.
A great touch doesn't always have to be glued to your foot.
No.
It's a beautiful positive touch for a striker to finish that, and she does it perfectly. And now
it's defended with that touch, right?
And
That
now
touch?
you're going to see Vaughan be very aggressive,
Here
but
comes
a little
Nielsen.
too aggressive. Here they come again. And here's your captain, Jade Kovacic, just scored. Here she comes down the field again. Looks to beat one, cuts into the middle, beats the second, but just loses the ball. And it's cleared out by Vaughan, and it's going to be a London throw from the pressure of Kovacic. And London feeding off of the crowd right now, feeding off of that goal. So much positivity going around for them.
Yeah, fantastic. You feel the spirits just lift in the stadium right now.
It was quiet for a little bit of worry that there wasn't going to be a win tonight. But once again, in the lead is London. And a missed pass there for Kovacic, something you don't see often. But nothing coming out of it with Bonatti winning back the ball and playing it back to Blair, who then plays back to Megan Scott. And you're going to see London probably just try to hold possession for the rest of this game. You're going to see the Vaughan try to push higher and higher, and as soon as the London sees that and sees an opportunity to counter and get that fourth goal, exactly what the men's team did when they took the lead late in the game. Held the ball as much as they could until they saw that opportunity to finish it off, kind of like an empty net goal in like a game of hockey.
You know, they're going to keep the ball, get out of position.
A nutmeg attempt there by Hong, who then plays it to Bonatti, and Bonatti now. And another beautiful pass.
Little chip.
Kovacic
Maybe a chip. No.
beats the keeper. Wide open, plays in the middle
McQueen.
unselfishly.
Oh,
just over the
McQueen
net.
puts it over.
Beautiful play
It's
there.
okay. It happens.
Beautiful play there by London. Amazing passing, amazing ball there again from Bonatti to feed Kovacic. And unfortunately just over the net there from the
McQueen.
substitute, McQueen.
Sometimes your eyes up in that situation and you're like, oh, I'm going to score.
The lights are on you, the camera's on you, the crowd's all watching you. And sometimes you just have that one little bounce.
You get that
hit.
lap sometimes where the bounce comes in and you know, yeah, it happens.
Trying to rush it a little bit as well because
Yeah.
you just want it in the back of the net to finish
Yeah.
this game off, to close everything off.
It happens. It's
We're
happened
now
to
in
me.
the 90th minute and 30 seconds into added time.
They
I
put
wouldn't
nothing
suspect
up.
much added time
No.
added in the second half. There's been non-stop play for a while.
Yeah.
And there's a nice ball forward. And Vaughan is in
No foul, no foul.
the box, London's box, and cleared out by Blair nicely.
They're going to
I
pump
believe
into
there
the
is a
box.
few minutes of added time. And Van Bakel is challenging in the middle there for Vaughan. Trying to win the ball back, and they're in there. And Cross trying to go in, blocked by London. And just a cluster of players now trying to get the ball out and trying to get a ball on the net. Back and forth, late in this game, a one-goal game. Very important now
Just
for London to try to
clear it.
clear this ball out. There's Monyard on the ball, trying to get it out, and once again she gives it up in the middle.
And the ball's going to get pumped back in. Oh, good
And
ball.
here, and there's 3 minutes of added time, I've been told, and we're all a minute and 40 seconds into this as Van Bakel has the ball on top of the box, and a nice
Good
save
save
there
by
by
Gillett.
Gillett to keep the ball out and keep this game in their hands. And they're going to have to look for a clear right now. A lot of pressure here by Vaughan. It's not out yet. And here's Hong on the ball, and finally cleared out down the field, but not far past half, but Kovacic comes and picks it up. And a great turn there by Nielsen, but not able to go far enough. And here comes Vaughan back on the ball. Less than a minute now of added time. And Vaughan's on the ball. Long shot, and just wide. And we both know Emily Gillett's going to take her time with this goal kick. And here's the save once again by Emily Gillett. Just
A
the ball
good
dropped
touch.
for Van Bakel. A nice touch and a volley, and just a beautiful save
Yeah.
to keep it out of the back of the net.
Yeah, it's not a very hard shot. An awkward one, right? And you
A
don't
lot
know.
of bouncing. You
Yeah.
don't know when that ball is going to skip. This ground might be a little drier now at this point, but there could still be some wet patches where the ball just skips awkwardly. We're
Got
into
10
the last
seconds.
seconds of this game. You can assume the whistle will blow any second now. And Vaughn's on the ball. The referee's probably going to allow Vaughan to have this last opportunity. And if nothing comes on it, you can probably hear the whistle. And out comes London. And expect the whistle right here.
There it is.
And there it is. Closing off the game.